Let us offer our consecration to the Lord. Lord, we offer up to you this day, and we ask that your name be glorified in all that we do. We ask that we may know you, love you, and serve you. We ask that we may come to give all that we have, that we may be in service to you. And we ask this through Christ our Lord. Well, now today in Genesis, we're in chapter 8 of Genesis. This is actually the first reading. We're now on Wednesday of the 6th week of Ordinary Time, but you already knew that when you woke up this morning. So in any case, let's see if I can do this without saying now. Father, can you do this without saying now in the beginning of every sentence? Well, we're going to try. So in any case, at the end of the 40 days, we see that I did it again. So anyway, you have to understand that the time frame is not exact. And people will say, well, it says there 40 days. No, the time frame, 40, it's a symbolic number. So is the number 7. There are certain numbers in the Bible that are symbolic and they mean something bigger. So 40 days is a long time. 7 means perfection because of the 7 days. 8 means one more than perfection. 6 means one less than perfection. And what's key about 6 is 6 will look like 7. So you have to look really closely to see that it's not 7. And that's important. You can say 7 looks like 8. Yeah, okay. But you do it. That's the whole point of 6. So there are certain codes in there. And remember what I told you on Monday. There's a code in there. And that code is that there is information here. And, people will say they believe every word that's in the Bible. But the code is that not every word that describes our situation is in the Bible. And I refer that to the last line of the Gospel of John. So we're seeing this number here. Now, I said it again. The other thing is this reality that the people at the time who are knowing these stories, who are hearing these stories, are not scientists. They're not looking for science. They aren't even in the mindset of science. They're looking for the basic stories that tell them how we came to be. And that's what it is. And so you have to understand that. People say, well, we have to say that this is scientifically true. No, it wasn't intended to be scientifically true. And the people at the time wouldn't be able to understand scientifically true. If we take this from the time, now it's believed that Moses actually wrote the first 5 books of the Bible. And there are others that say no and the whole bit. But if we're talking that time, then we're talking long after this. It was actually believed that this was originally oral tradition, and then these eventually people started writing these down, and then they eventually were compiled and put together, and that may have been in Moses' time or whatever. But these are ancient stories. At no time, even the time of Moses, did anyone want to look at the scientific accuracy at that point, because that wasn't where people were at. And this is an important distinction, because the whole concept of science didn't become its own path until much later, until probably around the Enlightenment. And I can look that up and find the exact time, but just bear with me on that, because probably around the Enlightenment, prior to that, philosophy and theology were actually the studies of science, and this came out of that. So keeping that in mind, that's why, someone who has a doctorate has a PhD. It actually means Doctor of Philosophy. So that's the whole thing. So it's not designed to be scientifically accurate. It's designed to tell us the basics of the story. So the time frame is not supposed to add up. Now, did it again. Noah sends out he sends out a raven. And then he sends out a dove. And of course, the dove means peace. Well, what is the dove looking for? A sign of land. The dove finds an olive branch and brings it back to Noah. okay, an olive leaf. Well, you got to realize this is not happening in 40 days. This is not happening in 7 days or 14, or in this case, 21 days. It's not, because it's going to take a while for the olive leaf to grow, because it's going to take a while for the olive tree to grow. So you understand, this time here is not to be taken literally. It's a message to us, as Pope Benedict XVI says, it's a prophecy to us to teach us this important message. And we've discovered, as I said yesterday, there really was a flood. The details of it, anthropologists have not discovered, but they do understand every culture has a flood story. That absolutely. Cultures that never contacted each other have a flood story. We're going to talk more on the other side of the break. You're listening to St. Anthony Overnight from St. Anthony Parish in Allston, Massachusetts. We'll be right back. You can now leave a message for us, which we can air and discuss on this program. Just call 617-297-7452. That's 617-297-7452. 617-297-7452. Feel free to call, leave a comment, a question, or even feedback, and we may play it on the air. I can discuss your comment or question as well, so give that a try. 617-297-7452, 617-297-7452. So during the month of February, I'm asking everyone to pray. And what I'm asking them to do is to pray that we can continue the broadcast. The podcast is going to continue no matter what, but we're looking to continue the podcast. And so what I need you to do, especially you're listening to the radio show, to pray and to let me know that you are praying. I hate asking for money. And I have a problem with it because, I know people will say, well, you all have to contribute more money. No, we need to invite more people, or we need to find other sources. I don't like turning to you and saying, you're not contributing enough, I don't like doing that. And I come from public radio. So what I'd like you to do is to pray. That's the most important thing you can do, is to pray and to let us know you're praying, and to let us know several ways you can do this. You can call us. You just heard the phone number, 617-297-7452. You can email us, producer@catholicaudiomedia.com, producer@catholicaudiomedia.com, or go to catholicaudiomedia.com, click on contact, or go to ST for Saint AnthonyAlston.org and click on contact there. And by doing that, send a message and saying we're praying. That's the most important thing. So I'm asking if you would do that. Thank you very much. Well, we're talking about this powerful message. So we understand that this the flood is subsiding over time, but it's not the time specifically mentioned in the Bible. And if you think about that, if all of a sudden you had a flood, and then all of a sudden you didn't have a flood, then the water flow, unless it just vanished, would be intense. You understand that. And then plus the earth is a closed system. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, what is evaporated goes up, I know boys and girls, we all understand how that works, but just to give you the understand, what is evaporated goes up into the sky and comes back down as rain. It goes up to the sky, stays around as a cloud for a while, and then comes back down in rain. So it's a closed system. So if all of a sudden this water just got absorbed to the sky immediately, water covering the earth, then you'd have these horrendous clouds for more than 21 days. Trust me. So you see what I'm saying? It's a symbolic number. It's not in the passage we're looking at today, but we know it's in the passage, and something I need to make a distinction with you. The sign of the covenant between Noah and God's promise not to do that again, is the rainbow. That is the sign of the covenant. And I know there are some people out there that do not like the rainbow flag. That's up to you. I'm not going to get into that politics at all. And they say that was taken from Noah, and that's taking over that symbol. And no, it's not. The rainbow flag is a symbol but the symbol between God and Noah and all humanity is the rainbow. And that's an important distinction to understand. It's the rainbow. So the rainbow flag is completely different connection, has nothing to do with what we're doing here, and the rainbow. So when you see a rainbow, you can understand that that is the symbol. And that, again, it comes to us from the Bible as well. It would imply that prior to the time of Noah, there was never a rainbow. It would imply that. Doesn't mean that that isn't true. But, we have no way of knowing that. And again, go back to my statement, what I said before. What you can find in the Bible, people say this is absolutely true. It's inerrantly true. However you want to describe it, it's up to you. We look at, as Catholics, according to Pope Benedict XVI and others, as a prophecy, but it doesn't mean it's comprehensive. And we talked about that earlier the week when we were talking about Cain and Abel. So you see that, and the last line in the Gospel of John. So this is that whole story. We're gonna look more to it tomorrow, but this is that whole story, and it gives us an understanding. So you go from this intense evil, which is intense, we can draw an assumption from there, to now we have a whole new group of people, still draw their links back to Adam and Eve, but a whole group of people whom God is bringing forth after the flood. We're going to talk more on the others. We're going to talk more tomorrow, actually, and we will see you then. I want to call your attention to Catholic TV, which offers great faith-filled, family-friendly programming 24 hours a day. You can find your cable channel at www.getcatholictv.com, and you can watch online on the free apps or check out the YouTube channel. Daily Mass, Rosaries, the Divine Mercy Chaplet, and the Our Lady of Perpetual Help Novena are all available online and on demand. Check out CatholicTV.com. If you're searching for a meaningful spiritual experience, look no further than St. Anthony's Parish in Allston, Massachusetts. Join us at 43 Holton Street in between Soldiers Field Road and the Mass Pike. Immerse yourself in the complete St. Anthony's Parish encounter through our 10 o'clock a.m. chanted Mass. Whether you're a Catholic seeking a parish to call home or someone looking for spiritual guidance, our welcoming community is here for you. Visit our website at www.stanthonyalston.org for more information. St. Anthony's Parish, where faith finds a home.